Yesterday I made a video on the new Crown, Toyota Crown. It's a lifted sedan and it's actually marketed by Toyota themselves as a crossover, and as I mentioned in the video, I think that's the only way Toyota can sell the Toyota Crown sedan in the US, by saying that it is a crossover and not really a sedan. So let's have a look at the design here. We're going to jump straight into the redesign. What I'm going to do is, since this is already a crossover apparently, why not go all the way, all in, and create some cool off-road vehicle out of this. So I'm going to put a tent on the roof. I'm going to change these 21-inch nice looking wheels into some more off-road looking wheels, and we're going to see how that goes. I'm going to do a couple of redesigns of the rear end, so we're going to focus on the rear in this case, because I think the front end looks pretty decent here, specifically with the black graphics that I think works really well in the front end, not so much in the rear, which I'm going to show you in just a second here. But this two-tone paint color of the Crown, it looks pretty good. We do have the same Avalon style grille in the front end, massive mouth here as you can see, but it feels better, way better integrated in my opinion than the Avalon that looked pretty ridiculous, but specifically in the TRD version. And then we have the side view. This is, as you can see, the non-dual color design, and Rosie, sorry, she's sitting right in your way. She likes to come up here and analyze what I'm doing. Hopefully you like this redesign. This version does not have the dual paint color, so the rear, as you can see, is the body color and also the front. But this is the rear end, and this is where I have some problems with this two-tone color. And the reason for that is pretty simple, because you can see that we have the body color going in here into the rear fenders, and we also have the roof, the greenhouse pillar going into the rear end. But then we have these end points that they kind of feel a little weird to me, because they basically just decided to end it, cut it off right there, and then cut off the greenhouse pillar and cut off the lower part as well. So it doesn't have any connection, and the black graphic feels like it's very random, and I want to have a nicer framing of the black graphics. I think that's gonna look a lot better, because it's gonna feel like it's more intentional that way, and not just this black mass spilling over into, like, spilling down here into the bumper. I don't want to have this spill of black in the lower part, and I want to have a solid body panel up top as well to cut off this massive black surface that we have right here. So let's jump in straight into the redesign and let's see what this is going to turn out like, because as I said, Toyota themselves, they are marketing this as a crossover, which I think is so funny, because as you can see, it's clearly not designed as a crossover. It looks like a lifted sedan. It's lifted by 4 inches, but still they say that this is more of an upscale model than the Avalon. That is, it's effectively replacing the Avalon here in the US. We haven't had a Crown design here in the US up until this point, but it's been on sale. I don't think we had an early Crown, but it's been on sale in Japan since the 50s. I haven't seen any Crowns here in the US unless they're imported, of course. So what I want to do, make it more rugged and add a tent on top with a solid looking roof rack. And you see this black graphic that we have on the lower part on the side. I want to have that extend all the way down to the rocker panel that is black as well, and don't have any painted body strip going in between those two, because I think if you have rock chips and stuff like that, you want to have clear protection specifically in that area. It's going to be a fun redesign, and something that you know, I would probably consider doing if I was buying a car like this, because what's the point? Otherwise, what's the point of buying a lifted sedan? It's trying to be good at too many things, and that means that it dilutes all the other skills that it might have, and it becomes great at absolutely nothing. So why not go all in one direction? And since they kind of went halfway into the off-road direction or lifted direction with this car, why not take it a step further and add some beefier wheels to this design and the roof rack and just have some fun with this car? I really think that Toyota is going to sell these cars pretty well here. I really hope so, because if they do sell this halfway, they kind of met the public halfway, People don't really buy sedans anymore. All right, so we're gonna sneak in a sedan here. We're gonna lift it up, call it a crossover, and maybe you'll be happy if we do that. And I think people will actually buy this car when it comes over here. And I think, or the hope is at least, that if Toyota manages to sell a lot of these cars, hopefully Ford will bring back some cool sedans, Cadillac as well. I hope the sedan market will start to flourish again pretty soon. And also I think since everybody is buying crossovers these days, it kind of levels everybody to the same point. You're not sitting higher than anybody else anymore because everybody has the same kind of ride height now in their crossovers, and they're not even fun to drive. So why not move back to some more sedan style, which you're also going to benefit from when it comes to the driving capabilities and the fun of driving cars that have a lower center of gravity. Some of the spec and tech for the new Crown that I think also would benefit a lifted off-road version of this car is that it comes all trim levels. You have 3 trim levels and 2 engine options or drivetrain options, and they all come with all-wheel drive as standard. So you could potentially take this thing off-road, at least not maybe rock crawling, but maybe on some basic trails and so on. So you have the base model with a 236 horsepower engine, and the top trim Platinum comes with a 2.4 inline-4 turbocharged and 2 electric motors, and that has a total output of 340 horsepower, and it will cost about $40,000 to $50,000 for the Platinum. Probably a little bit more expensive, more than $50,000, because Toyota themselves said that this will be a step up from the Avalon when it comes to luxury and features and so on. And in the interior you have a 12.3-inch infotainment system with a fully digital gauge cluster that is not just an iPad stuck on the dash. It's actually designed, and you feel like the designers had some fun designing the interior as well, as I'm sure they did with this unique looking exterior. So that's my redesign of the Toyota Crown. Just a quick video today. I couldn't help myself. I really wanted to take this off-road and see what it would look like. I don't have to lift it anymore since it's already lifted 4 inches as it is. So just adding some new wheels and tires on here makes it look really cool in my opinion. And in addition to the graphics that I just extended and created a nice framing of the rear end, I think it looks better than just having them be cut off like we have in the original. And this creates more of a flow in the body panels of the car in my opinion. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.